What's up guys, Optic Ashes here, bringing you a new type of video. So as most of you know, the other night, last night, which was Tuesday, October the 18th, we played a match against EUnited. It was the semifinals match of the Gears of War 4 MLG 2K tournament. It's for seeding points, small cash prize, everything. And we lost to EUnited. They beat us 5-7 on the map Lift. And this is the first loss of a match that we've taken in Gears of War 4. It's the fourth or third map loss that we've taken. It was a best of one, which kind of sucks, but they played well. We didn't show up and perform how we should have. So after the match, the team took like a little break, like maybe a 15-20 minute break. Gilbert actually sadly had to leave and go take care of some stuff, but the rest of us regathered and we had a talk. And so I wanted to give insight to this talk and let you guys kind of see what happened and what we discussed and some of the things, how as a coach I lead a discussion with the team after a loss like this. So I think that this talk was very effective. I think that we got a really a good understanding for each other and what our concerns were and what we need to do to fix it and address these issues moving forward to make us an even stronger team. So I think personally that this loss at this point in time before a LAN event will help us perform better and give us a little bit of a reality check and make us even stronger as a team moving forward. So I wanted to give you guys this insight, and it's kind of a long video, so I apologize for that, but hopefully it shows you what it's like off camera with Optic Gears of War. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do give everybody a chance to speak what their thoughts are on the match rather than typing like wild men into the DM group. And I'm going to write them down and then we're going to compare. So the first thing, our first person, Kenny, what do you think went wrong? Like, what specifically do you think went wrong during that match? And I'm taking notes.
We overextended too much.
Okay.
And that's about it.
So you think only overextending?
I think that was the main cause. And if we didn't overextend, we would have won more rounds. And do I think we played every round perfect? No, because I know there's individual fights that I lost, and everyone like lost some individual fights, and they saw they had like some good rotations. But as far as like what we need to do better, and it's the main thing we should take away from that match, is we need to stop overextending the way we do, because it causes us to lose rounds and it cost us to lose the match today.
Okay. Okay. Alex, what do you think went wrong?
I'm not kind of the same thing like what Kenny said, but also like I wouldn't even say like gunfights, because I was winning, like I think we were all winning our gunfights, like maybe like one gunfight or two. But I do remember I did a bad play when I tried to push up by myself and I immediately got down. So that's like one of the plays I remember from the top of my head that like I lost the map control pretty much right there.
So you think there was like individual misplays?
Yeah, I definitely did a couple. Not a lot. I probably did like one or two. Well, that and when I got chunked in the 2v1 again, when I was with Gilbert, I got chunked.
Yeah, I was spectating when that happened. I know.
I breaked him too, but yeah, that was bad play.
It's just like instead of like wall bouncing like closer to him, you should probably just like backpedal if anything, just like play for damage.
Anything else, Alex? Want to make sure
that's about it. Mainly overextending for sure.
Okay. Lava, how about you?
All right, man. Overextending, first of all, just like everyone else, but we've been known that, and also like on the E side, like I feel like we don't even get map control sometimes. Like for like the first half or so, like they had like out wide, and like
on the E side, you said?
Yeah, like out wide, like near the gate that opens up, and there's like a fucking cover up there. Like if someone's up there, like it's fucking brawling. Like they were up there like so much. So I don't know, just that need to 100% like warm up more before we play. It's like all of us. Let me think. Oh yeah, and so and like kind of like how Alex like lost it, like got chunked in the 2v1, like literally in 2v1s, like just we need to play for damage more, like play for damage, but like like literally like it might have to be with like a lancer or pistol, like it doesn't have to be a shotgun because obviously the shotgun doesn't do much like if you're not close to them, so like that's how you get fucking chunked and then two piece.
Yeah.
So like fucking shoot for each other more. Like we literally just didn't shoot for each other. Like I was trying to like near like the second half. I was like literally tried shooting for everyone. That's when he started to come back a little bit. Just didn't shoot for people.
Okay. Billy, what about you?
That's for last. I get it. We got. Let's see. The overextending thing is pretty obvious, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we're putting a lot of blame on each other and too much bickering, yelling at each other too.
Too much bickering.
Bad vibes,
okay.
man.
I mean, I agree. Like
I also don't think.
I thought I was pretty good with the vibes this time, but yeah, like bad vibes, especially in like an important ass match. It's no, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, we shouldn't be yelling at each other at all during matches. Should be I mean, not bickering obviously, but I was gonna say something else.
Like literally just the vibe. Like I feel like
I was gonna say
a lot of people just weren't as intense. Like this match, is so important. Like
It's another thing, like just like what Asher said, we weren't like as hungry as they wanted to win.
yeah.
Okay, let's finish Billy and then I'll say what I have to say.
Nah, I was just gonna say one more thing. Is I don't really think our team fire wasn't there. I definitely felt like team fire. I mean, we definitely outslay them. Definitely have more teamwork than them. I promise you that. Like the downs even show it. But I mean, we could still do better on that, obviously.
You see, I think like in the beginning rounds, like there's when we like overextended more. Like
we also need to know what
not that we like
what side of the map to push. We also need to know what side of the map we have to stack to take advantage of.
Yeah,
I've seen plays where like we'd get triple push on the right or something. We have two on the left, and there's like one there or something. I don't know. I'm not naming a specific play, but
so like no,
like we have numbers on one side, but we'd still be playing passive and not taking over that side of the map. We'd be giving up one side, then getting pinched from the other side that we got.
So like know how to pressure the map based on our numbers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Anything else?
Not for me. No.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the things that I feel like went wrong. I completely agree. I think we were overextending way too much. I think that I agree with the too much bickering / bad vibes part of it. So I'm just gonna put bad vibes. And I think that there were a lot of individual mistakes that I noticed from I only got to start watching from about the halftime. So round 6, and I believe it was I don't have my notes open, but I think it was 3-3. Or it might have been 4-2 going into the half. So from that point, I could only watch Demo's point of view, but from the plays that I could see from his point of view, there were a lot of bad plays. So I'm going to chalk that up to not warming up, because I feel like the plays that people were making were the plays that people make when...
I was just like, when I was dead, when I died, like I would be spectating all of our teammates, and like they'd be like fighting like in a 1v, and they'd just be like missing shots. I feel like that's why I feel like one of the reasons is because like when I warmed up, definitely a reason.
I think the aspect of not shooting for each other is completely correct too, and I pointed this out before. There were a lot of times where we were trying to head down into fights, like into shotgun fights, and force kind of pushes that way, rather than just crossing each other, like for each other and lancering down. When we got setups, we would overpush them, which goes into the overextending, but it was more to get kills rather than just to like get a 3 cap sometimes. Like,
yeah, I was also gonna say something about like setups. Like we need to be able to like not OE, but like get set up to like try to get like picks, like downing people with lancers, and then but like don't like overextend for them. Just like keep rolling back and like giving up map control slowly, but just like stalling them. Just mad easy to do. Just like you don't get this hungry for a kill or a down like sometimes.
Exactly. So I think there was a lot of times where we played for a kill or we played over ambitious for a 3 cap. and we never really just held our position and used that advantage to just kind of choke them out. Like if we watched when there's a perfect example, right? There was a time where they were capturing our home hill, and this was second half where the two home hills can look at each other, and they had us trapped in spawn basically. And rather than grouping up as five,
Cut
basically,
out, man. You gotta
can you hear me?
Ashes, you cut out, man. The whole thing. Yeah, you gotta
Can you hear me?
say it. Yeah,
Okay. So rather than there was a point in the second half where the two homes face each other where we were basically getting 3-capped by them, and
I remember.
they had our home hill. They were kind of forcing our home hill, and rather than grouping up as 5 or 4 and forcing into that home
Yeah,
hill,
we would just split up, man.
it was split up where like 1 or 2 people would sit back, one person would run in, die, next person would run in, die. I watched Gilbert run towards E Hill rather than our home hill. He got killed.
That's what I was talking about. Like, don't go towards E at that point. Go for a home.
So and like I see what he was trying to do, but we didn't make, like, in our communication, we didn't make a set play, and in our play, we didn't make a set play. There was nothing happening there. It was just a pub match.
Bro, I felt like I communicated like there's this really like no other dude personally.
Well, no. It's not an individual communication thing. It's as a team, you guys were not on the same page in what you were trying to do, and that's where I mean communication was an issue. I don't mean like individual people talking. I mean as a unit, which you have to be in a situation like that. There was no unit type play, and if you take that same exact scenario that we had them in,
don't fight 1vs, man. Just know when you have someone with you, bro.
We had them in that exact same scenario where we were taking their home hill and they had to force their way back into it. And what they did is they literally just grouped up and all pushed it at the same time. Demo even called out, just play for your life, we're all coming. And they, like, literally the 2 people or 1 person who was alive waited for a second, and then they all pushed together.
Yeah,
and they
man,
broke.
we need to
they
play
broke
lives
it.
more.
Yeah, they broke it.
Like
And-
if we get like 1 person dead in a team fight, like dead ass, just fuck. If you can, just get out of there, man. Just back up. If we have control of the map, besides that, like.
So I think those are some of our main issues. Now, I wanna just basically take this list and take the ones that are the common ones between all of us, the ones that we all agree on need to be fixed. And those are going to be kind of like our to-do list. So obviously overextending is a bad one. And then we have not shooting for each other as a common one between most of us.
Yeah.
I think 3 or 4 of us agreed on the bad vibes aspect.
Yeah.
And
Felt like it was fucking scrim, dude.
those are kind of the main ones that everybody agreed on.
What were they again?
So overextending, which was a main point that everybody agreed on. Not shooting for each other, or lack of team fire, basically.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that a lot of people agreed on was just bad vibes. Like I'm gonna put kind of subnotes to that one. It's not just like bad vibes, like people arguing, but that is part of it. So I'm gonna put arguments, and I'm also gonna put like not focused, or not the competitive mindset. Like let's see, what's the best way to put it? Not enough energy. Is that a good way to put kind of how you guys felt?
I mean, yeah, it just wasn't as intense. Like people.
Not intense. Not as
I
intense.
just felt like it wasn't. People just don't understand like the magnitude and like how important that fucking match was.
It's okay. Go ahead, Kenny.
If like for that last point, I don't know if you like touched on these specific things, but one, like us not being on time, like when we were all saying to get on. And I guess that's, like Lava said, to warm up beforehand. Like I remember, like by the time it hit like 10:10 and people were not online, I was pretty fucking pissed off. Like I wanted to, like, pretty angry. So as we got to 10:20, and by the time we even started the match, like Tommy called me at a point, and I remember being just fucking pissed that Billy, you're doing whatever with your computer when that was the least important thing right now.
I don't
And
think you understand. My
Yeah,
laptop is
that kind of-
across the thing. I couldn't do anything about it.
you couldn't get up and grab it?
My computer is literally trash. If it unplugs,
But you
it literally
can't
turns
like,
off
join
right
the
away.
game. You can't just like join the game.
I mean, yeah, I was in the game, but I mean, I could have joined quicker, I guess, but it wouldn't have mattered. I still wasn't gonna start the game.
My whole
without being
point is
called.
we should have done everything possible to be on when we were saying that we were gonna play the match. I said 9:30
agree.
to 10. Gilbert
and
said
to warm
10.
up.
Yeah, Gilbert said 10, which means that like when like this isn't a job, right? It is a job, but it isn't a job in the same sense, right? It's a video game. We're all enjoying ourselves. Like we like to compete, all that stuff, whatever. So my whole point is if you're showing up to a job and you're told that your shift starts at 8 o'clock, you're not showing up at 8 o'clock. You're showing up at 7:50, 7:55, giving yourself time to be ready for what you're doing. It's the same thing here. And like I feel like we tend to do that a lot where we just get on like last second and just start going. And there's
I
times
agree.
where it's like
Yep.
where we could avoid that, but there's other times where we
And a
can't
lot-
avoid
it's-
it.
and
So,
scrim, and I don't hear about it when it's shit that matters, but when that happens out in scrims, like people I always hear, like people's like, man, not fucking warmed up yet. Like for the first couple maps, I'm like, yeah, dude.
I agree,
Great.
and I think part of that issue is you guys, and I don't mean anybody in specific because I'm not going to single out individuals, but as a team, we're so used to this pattern, especially in Gears of War, where it's get on when everybody can get on around a rough time, and then tweet out for a scrim and do your thing. And this was not an issue ever, unless you had a player who ended up getting dropped. In League of Legends, where everybody knew on the team that by 8 p.m. I have to be on and ready to play. Like we have a scrimmage starting at 8. So if I have to warm up, that means I have to be on at 7. If I have to go to the bathroom or get a drink or whatever, I have to get all of that done by 8 o'clock because that is when the scrimmage starts. And I don't think it needs to be as strict. This is a job. Whether we want to argue about that aspect of it or not, yes, we can have fun doing this job, but it is a job for every single one of us, and we need to be treating it as such. I completely agree with that aspect. So I think one solution for that is that we do set up some sort of schedule. It doesn't have to be strict. I'm not going to say like you have to eat at this time and sleep by this time and wake at this time, though. Sleep schedule is part of this whole issue, in my opinion. I think that we should have some kind of rough schedule and then let me schedule scrims for us so we know when we get on. We scrim EUnited from 8 to 10 and we scrim Envy from 10:30 to midnight, and then we can review a VOD or dick around or stream or whatever we want to do for the rest of the night or get another scrim. But like if we have some sort of structure, you guys can just feel relaxed in that aspect. Like you just know everybody's going to be on at this time and you get on and then you do it. You know what I mean? It's not, oh, well, where's this guy? Oh, well, he went out to get something real quick. We just get in a pattern and get used to it kind of thing.
like I feel like with the sleep schedule, I feel like there's a lack of responsibility where people oversleep and just aren't on.
I agree.
It's mad annoying.
I think the fact that our sleep schedules have gotten so bad, like I completely respect the fact that both Alex and Gilbert, and I'm going to call you guys out on this one since you two are the main two popping out in my head. I completely respect the fact that you guys have been grinding the game a lot and it's been at ridiculous hours, but you've been playing the game. That's awesome. But there is consequences to that, and part of that affects the team, part of that will affect your individual health, and part of that individual health thing will affect your gameplay. And so we do need to get on better sleep schedules at some point. And if it requires me to show you guys actual evidence of why this is a common practice in every other esport that takes it seriously and is recommended by like everybody who knows anything about health or psychological health, I'll do it because I want you guys to be successful and this is my job for you guys. But we need to be doing it. And right now I think the only people who have relatively normal sleep schedules are me and Kenny. I don't know what Billy's sleep schedule is. I know he's weird about waking up a lot, so like I'm not really going to say much of that because he is up when he needs to be up. But today Alex slept through / misunderstood a whole thing about a 250 tournament. Yeah, and we can call you and wake you up, and that's a good thing. On the other side of that, like you should be able to wake up at a normal time and feel good about it. Like I will tell you guys that I was completely like that in college when I was competing in League. I was up till 4 or 5 or 8 a.m. and then I was sleeping until 5 p.m., getting up, eating, and scrimming again. And the second I stopped that and I came home and I started focusing on like living healthier, like going to the gym and fixing my sleep schedule, being up at 10 a.m. or by 10 a.m. every morning and only staying up until like 1 a.m., I felt better. Like, it took a little while, but I felt better. And I'm sure Kenny can attest to that too.
I'll ask.
So I don't think it's something that we need to make a requirement, but I think it's something that you guys should be held accountable and responsible for from this point out.
So pretty much your point is like we need to have more responsibility here. Like, someone could call you, but you should be up.
And this is
you
a
should be up on your own.
Fungus.
So like it's not just you, Lava, because you're usually fine with it, but like we all need to be responsible for ourselves because if you're not up for something you have to do with your job, if you oversleep your work for 2 hours, your boss is not going to be okay with that. Let that happen one more time after that, 2 more times, you'll probably get fired. Like, so it's just one of those things. Should be looked at the same way. Just be responsible.
And here's the other side of that. Like, I'm going to go back again, and I'm sorry, to League of Legends because it's the only other esport that I'm truly familiar with. If you take some of the top teams, right, and you look at their schedule, those players are on a very strict schedule. You are up by a certain time, you eat at this time, and the meal will be prepared for you, and it'll be something relatively healthy. And then you will practice from this time to this time individually and stream and whatever you need to do. You will eat again, you will exercise, and then you will have team practice, and then we'll have team review, and then you'll have free time, and then you have to be in bed by this time. And they don't do that because they want to be Nazis controlling their players. They do that because all research shows that giving that kind of structure and that kind of discipline will help those players perform optimally. It's why Korea hands us our asses every single year. So, like, again, I don't think that's necessary for you guys. I just think that some sense of responsibility needs to be held by all of you and myself in terms of living a healthier life. Like, obviously I'm not exercising and eating well, and I plan on going to the gym after we finish this next event, but like those kind of things, sleep schedule is a very easy thing to fix.
Bro, we know how to contact Gerald Rojo. So like, Alex, like how can I contact your mother to wake you up, man?
Well, it's not even. I don't think it should come to that. I think it's a point where we're all old enough. We're all over 18 years of age. Well, Gilbert's 18. Like, we should all be able to wake ourselves up. And like the fact that we start scrims sometimes like late, like Gilbert's not up till 9 or 10 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
Like, he's West Coast and all of us are East Coast.
I mean, it fucks up my schedule.
It hurts me because I can't. Like, I'm waking up at a normal time, and I can't, like, I do have responsibilities and stuff where I cannot be up until 6 a.m. with you guys if you get those stupid late scrims. And then I just have to rely on someone recording it, or Gilbert's stream, which restricts my perspective. So it would be better for almost everyone involved to fix that. And so out of curiosity, would everybody here be okay with having some sort of set schedule for our practices? Because I've typed it a few times into the DM group, but it usually gets buried.
Most of the times, the people that, like, why I get shut down is because of Gilbert most of the time, and like, I don't know, Kenny's class schedule. But besides that,
Kenny's class schedule is very easy to work around. Like, I've worked around 5 different college students at 5 different universities with 5 different college schedules easily. So we can, if we have one person with obligations. And you guys have seen the schedule. Kenny hasn't, I don't think, but you guys have seen the schedule, like when I first joined the team that I made for you guys that we didn't follow, then started to follow, and everything went well.
I remember all that.
So like, it's nice and pretty. You can give them a copy of it. It's very easy to keep track of. It's color coded for those of you who don't like to read.
It's just Gilbert that's going to be against it, but we just got to explain to him how like it benefits us all.
I have in the notes solutions for the problems that we have. Sleep schedules and set a practice schedule. And I will completely create the practice schedule. I will get all of your individuals' weekly schedules roughly. It doesn't have to be exact. And then I can even set up scrims for us because I created a scrim network for the top pro teams. So it's very easy to do. And Ryan was on board, Berger was on board. Like, everybody wanted to do this. So we got those schedules out of the way. Next thing we need to do is, how are we going to fix the overextending issue? What is going to be our keyword or key phrase, or just what do we need to do to fix that?
It's not really anything in game. Just like it's just like if you hit LB and you see your teammate moved up, just tell them to fall back. Someone like a couple people did it to me in that match, and I fell back. I was good. It's like fucking, but it shouldn't even come to that most of the time. Like, but what I mean by like after you like swipe a team, but like you can't go for the 3 cap, just like play up a little bit, like try to get some picks, like on people that are flying out of spawn, like with a lancer, but then just roll out of there and just like don't commit to anything at all and just fucking fly out of there. You run so fast in this game. And
So
like,
maybe we need
call for help.
to, maybe we could do something where we go over the maps and discuss like potential times where you can 3-cap and potential times where you just reset up. So like depending on how far up we are on the map, because like here's the way I see this game type.
The other thing is like the setups, and we got to set up well and just like keep lancering them, trying to get downs, and then we have to pick our fights like wisely, like with shotgun fights once they're pushing us, because it shouldn't just be 50-50 shotgun fight when they push.
Yeah, so here's the way I see this game type kind of working out, and I'm gonna try to use a bit of a metaphor that's different than what I normally use. You guys have all played checkers, right? So you know that as you're playing checkers and you progress in the game of checkers, you're slowly cornering your opponent on their side of the board, right? You don't like just immediately charge one of your checkers across the board and into their side and expect to win, right? You kind of slowly progress up and then corner them and then win the round or the game, right?
Yeah.
That's how theoretically this game should be played, right? You set up, you have that initial clash. If you can win that, then you reset up and get comfortable and force them to make an uncomfortable play, like push into our lancers and try to take a hill where we have a number advantage or something stupid like that. And then you win that fight and you push up a little bit more. And if you have the availability, that's when you go and make that final jump, or you just hold that setup and make them make another dumb play because you have the control. So it's kind of like gradually increasing your control across the board, or in our case across the map, because all these maps have a halfway line, so we can easily do that.
Like, listen, bro, like Alex wasn't playing in this match, but in our match against Envy earlier, even though we got fucking shit on, one of the rounds that I think we ended up choking literally, but at one point we like me and someone else were just having active lancers on Soto running out of spawn, like on Forge, like towards up top, like where that pillar's at in the corner.
Yeah.
And literally angled them out just like perfectly, right? Like those are the type of picks I'm talking about. Like get picks like that, but don't OE and don't die for them. Like even if you fucking down him, like if you see someone's going for the revive, like back up. But if you get the kill, and then fall back. Like it's shit like that.
Yeah, even if you down them, that's 15 seconds that they're out.
Like get in good positions to fucking rip them coming out of spawn. Like after the spawn shell's gone, and then back up. Like no OEs, unless like we have like 3 or 4 dead for like multiple seconds. Simply, but like that just comes a time, but like that's just like
we could just like even it's so easy to like even break the hill and run away, and like they're not getting points for like 20 seconds.
Yeah, and then definitely there's times where like just don't fight for the cap. Like if there's 2 or 3 flying you to spawn, just break it and get out of there. Like always stay alive.
Yeah, it's so easy to break and run away. Like us breaking that like makes us win, but like so much more points, probably like 20 off the rip as soon as you break it.
So I think we know what to do, especially now that we've talked about it some. So how do we apply that into game? And I think our best way of doing that is
talk about it with Gil first, and then
scrim. Obviously, talking about it with Gil.
And scrim as much as we can before you fucking fly out.
And I think well, that's gonna be tough because Kenny leaves tomorrow, right?
I leave in fucking 5.5 hours.
Yeah. So.
Gilbert just.
So I think one of the things that we can do to help practice this, and even ignoring this invitational and moving forward when we need to practice this even more, I think one of the things that we can do is put ourselves into position, because we're good teams. Like we know we can dominate people, and we do that a lot. But the problem is we don't learn a whole lot when we just shit on people in scrims. So why don't we try forcing ourselves into positions where we don't 3-cap. Like maybe we play a round where we're not allowed to 3-cap, even if we know we can. So
we can do that in scrims, but like right now, like just
no. I'm saying in scrims. Like I'm saying, here's my goal.
Well,
like
I'm
obviously
at this point, since like we're literally not gonna scrim until the invitational. Like I'm on just some shit. Like we literally have to just learn up every fucking thing we fucked up on in this match, and just like hope that we can apply it like there. Like because Gil's not gonna come back to scrim.
I don't think it's something like.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's something we need to practice like, oh, this round don't 2-cap, because the situations are not going to be like, we're not going to be in a match like, oh, like don't two cap this round going into the round. Like I don't think
But
that's I don't
not
think that's smart to
not really
do.
that. Not really that. Just like if you're fighting, like if it's like not like obviously if you have a free three cap, like three cap it, but like if you're fighting for the three cap, it's like a 2v2, a 3v2 or some shit like that. Just like practice like backing off and just resetting and setting up and holding the two cap because we should still be good at that point if no one dies, even if one person dies.
Like exactly what you're saying. It's not something we need to like yeah, it's something we can practice and we should be practicing every time we play. But it's something that we need to get in our heads that we need to stop fucking pushing so much. Like exactly like that. Say it to yourself in your head. Like stop fucking pushing so much. Don't push up too far. Think about if you're too far up. Like, it needs to be on the individual person to understand that you can't be that far up because it's not something that like I can't sit here or Lava can't sit here or each of us can't sit here and teach each other like, hey, like you can't be pushing up here at every second because we're not staring at each other's screen. So
like,
we need to, we're all smart.
We can do that sometimes holding LB and like that we do that sometimes like just telling like yo Alex back up like you're too far. Or someone says that to me, but like it's not like we can do it that every single time and go through every spot where you shouldn't be because it changes every time.
No,
you just gotta like be aware.
It's a tough thing to fix, and here's why I think. I don't mean like specifically say, okay, if you have 5 dead and they're dead for 10 seconds, you're not allowed to 3 cap. What I mean is kind of what you said, Lavo, where if we have the fights, don't fight them kind of thing, but play safe. Like rather than playing the aggressive play style that we have where we get into their faces, we know we can win the 1v1s or 2v1s and we win those and then we push for a 3 cap. Play for the setup and then advance that setup. Like we don't have to always push across, and we're really only going to be able to do this in the early rounds where there's low respawn timers, but those are the rounds that we often lose because we try to go for a 3 cap because we see, oh, there's 3 dead, but we don't think, oh, they're up in the next 5 seconds.
Like there's so many situations where like someone's pushing you, like when you have complete control of the map and hills, and like you just gotta position yourself like somewhere where you can like hurt them and do damage, but then immediately back up and make sure you don't die. Call them out, like call out for someone to help you, or like someone's pushing you, and then like that's how you fucking should get kills, like as a team, like literally, like you should never really have to like fight a 1v1 like when we have control of everything. Like we
should be able to team fire everything efficiently. So like that should be one of our goals.
Like say like I don't want you holding like their side control because you know they're gonna be pushing something and like they get to fuck around and 2-man the 3 push you control. So play like backside our control, like try to do damage if they do push that, and then just fucking call it out, back up, angle them out. If they're flying, you pull a shotgun. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's when we have a setup. Like.
I agree. Okay, so the last thing that we need to talk about how to fix is the a little bit more on the bad vibes thing. So like, what can we do as a team going into a match and fix those bad vibes? Now Gilbert has said his part about how he is the quote unquote I think he said spiritual player, and
Gilbert is.
Yeah, and when he has bad vibes, he feels like it goes out on everyone, which I agree with.
Yeah, I mean, he had bad vibes, I guess, for that match, but I felt like I literally had the best vibes like I've had in a long ass time. I was literally just trying to fucking win so badly. So it's just like, I don't know, I tried to pick up the slack because sometimes it's not like both of us, it's like one or the other. So
like as a team, what can we do to make sure that everybody is putting out good vibes, especially if our spiritual player is not?
On land, like it's not really gonna be like that.
All of us, every single one of us has to pick the intensity.
I got shit on I got joked so much in that match still, like a lot of 1v1s, but like I didn't say shit. Like that's the type of shit I was on. Like I just wanted to win that bad, but
that's good for us. Like I mean, we usually do hear you like say it, but like I didn't even hear you say it. That's kind of good.
No, it is good. And that's
important tournament matches, and basically that's what that was. The most important match we played in Gears 4. Like, that's how it should be. Like, there should be no negative vibes, like at all.
That's how it should always be. And honestly, like that's how it should be when we practice. Like obviously things slip through the cracks.
The only time I'm not gonna get tight at shit like that is in scrims because I do it myself. But it's like scrims.
Like things will slip through the cracks, but like there are times where like. The issue is you get in such a habit of going, oh my god, I fucking messed that up. All right, he's 1 shot over on B or whatever. Like you get into that habit of complaining after a death, and that's like 3 to 4 seconds of wasted basically comms that you blocked. So it's a bad habit that we all do, and because Gears is frustrating and has a lot of bullshit in it, it's just the nature of the game. But again, going back to the bad vibes, like when we're in game, like what is something, do we need like a pump up speech? Do you need me to come in and say, look guys, you got this, focus up, you can do this? Like,
Oh,
don't
no,
really need, like, a
literally, because like today I felt like I was trying to do that because I wasn't really like that negatively affected in game, but like probably like on LAN if we're getting shit on like that, I'm not gonna be like that. 'Cause today was kind of a rarity, but so yeah, you may like just say some shit like I don't know, just like if we're tilting, obviously, just like say some shit like, "Yo, calm the fuck down. Like, you guys are better than them." Just like then, and if you know
Okay.
we're doing wrong, just like
because like I
fucking-
do that, I've done that on LAN, and I obviously
know,
don't mind
just-
doing that. So
just like capitalize on like what you see is going wrong. Like I'm probably gonna be saying it. Kenny's probably gonna be pointing out like what we're doing wrong or something. So it's like
We just gotta bring intensity off the rip. Like,
it's not even like getting hyped. Like it's literally two different things: getting hyped and intensity. Like intensity should always be there.
I just
Yeah.
think we need to go into the match like not annoyed at all, because I feel like, because if from what it
Yeah.
sounds like, Gilbert went into the match annoyed. He didn't
Yeah.
want to play, and I said it to him in the chat that if
I honestly didn't even know he had bad vibes going into the match until after. Like
we just need to not go into matches with negative vibes, because usually when we're in game, we don't create negative vibes with each other. One thing that I like about us the most is we don't get into arguments. Like we'll get into arguments, but it's never like it's
not
rarely-
attacking.
Yeah, it feel like a speech or saying something is going to be helpful. By all means, do it. But I think it starts with how we go into the match, like rather than like how we are during the match. Because during the match we're fine. It's just or doing something during the match. It's like before the match was the big problem today. And
I think,
like I said, I felt like I was irritated going in. I guess Gilbert was irritated going in, and I don't feel like it affected me. But if it had an effect on him, then that's something else.
and I think to add on to that a little bit, I think when we go into matches, we should be everybody thinking to ourselves, and maybe even one person saying it out loud, like what we're focusing on for that match. So like think about like when we play on LAN and I go, okay, these guys do this and this and this, so make sure you guys are paying attention to this. You got this. Like again, it doesn't need to be a speech and it doesn't need to be from me, but something so that you guys are like everybody is kind of tuning in and focusing on what they need to do. Because like I know like a common practice for when teams are in team houses, especially like during matches and stuff, is now that we all have multiple monitor setups because we're entitled children, closing stuff like Twitter and other distractions that could like make you not be focusing in on what you're about to do, which is literally your work, your job. So we need to make sure that everybody is approaching the matches with the right attitude, like Kenny said, and the right mindset, but also that everybody is focusing in on the goal at hand and making sure that everybody is coming in with that same intensity, like Lava said. Okay, I think we're good for here, so we'll call this talk a quits unless anyone else has anything that they want to say. Does anyone else want to say anything?
Yeah, a good example of not pissing people off is like, Billy, you send up your computer.
God.
I'll give Billy credit. He's been wanting to set up his computer this entire talk, but he's been sitting here. So, and I don't know how much he's retained, but he's been here.
I'm just saying beforehand, because like, Billy, like if we're supposed to have the match at 10 and you send up your computer, it's not going to be done by 10. Like, just do whatever you can to be on at 10. That's
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
just,
I was
that's
ready
like,
to.
that's
I
just
was
an
low-key ready
example.
to
It's
go,
like-
but I just seen like Gilbert wasn't ready, so I just kept doing my thing.
It's just the perfect example of it, because
And when you told me
Yeah.
that you're way on me, I got my shit set up, boy.
That's fine, because going into the future, we're going to know that we have a set schedule and that we have to be on and be ready by that time. So it's easy. So that's going to wrap up that conversation, guys. I hope you enjoyed getting kind of a behind the scenes, inside the team perspective of how Optic Gears of War handles a loss and how, as a coach, I take the loss and use it as a learning experience for the team and make sure that everybody gets an equal chance to share their thoughts, their feelings, and their perspective on the match so that we can apply everything and all perspectives towards moving forward and becoming stronger as a team. Let me know in the comments down below if there's any of these techniques that you can apply to your own team, or maybe some techniques that you might have that you find effective for your own team. And of course, as always, If you liked the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Thank you guys for the support. Make sure to click subscribe down below and share this video. I want teams to succeed in this game, and I don't like seeing teams split up, so maybe some of these things can be applied to teams that normally would split up after a loss. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to tune in this weekend to the Gears of War 4 launch invitational, October 22nd and 23rd at twitch.tv/Gears of War. And until next time, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you all later.
Go.